How does the equity market cope with higher rates?
Equity market does not prefer uncertainty, so anything that is not becoming a trend is a problem in the way of wait and see in the equity markets too. That being said, a lot of work being done in the equity markets as an investor is discounting the future cash flows, future earnings. So there are some secular trends, as you suggested. AI is one of them. Still will be focusing on it. When it comes to macro, though, I think equity market is pricing in the worst is over, and then waiting for the inflection point. So I think equity market is going to be also wait and see for a while.
Equity markets then, Christine, pricing in the worst is over in terms of rate hikes. I guess that's what you conclude when you look at the extent of gains that we saw in the first half of this year.
Absolutely, Anna. But I think, as Melda was saying, it's dangerous to kind of think that the rally is going to keep continuing from here, right? We have seen warnings from several investors saying, don't get too greedy in chasing the equity rally, because it does look like it's not over when it comes to rate hikes here. The Federal Reserve may have paused in June, but they're very much saying that, look, we're going to be data dependent. We're going to take a look at how the second half unfolds, but we're definitely far from over as far as trying to contain that inflation rate, which is still very much above their target. That is the case for a lot of central banks at the moment.
And Melda, given that you head up global equities, I wanted to get your sense of the earnings season that is ahead of us. We've seen quite resilient profit margins in the face of much higher global inflation. Where do we stand on that story, on that narrative for you?
It will be another earnings season. I think we're going to hear more cautious message from the companies. They will start seeing maybe the effect on the consumer, as we are seeing in some of the leading indicators, that the consumer is definitely cautious and being careful with the spending.
Do you see signs of that then, consumer hesitancy?
Exactly, and it's around the globe. Everybody's cautious except UK. I think UK still has the tailwind from some of those savings being, because of the energy crisis carried over this year. But we see that, and companies are really trying to both manage the cost of capital side because of the rates being higher than usual, but at the demand side, which everybody's expecting, it's by design that the demand is going to slow down.